16 hearts is the back with you.
We're getting on the peace trail?
Yeah.
Let's get on the peace trail.
Yeah, this is an album from just 4 years ago now. We're getting close to the end here. 2016. And a super big departure following his Promise of the Real stuff.
What do you mean departure?
Departure means it's very different. Big change.
He went from the album Promise of the Real, the Storytone thing, the Earth album that was nuts, to this, a trio album with musicians I don't know that he'd worked with before. Jim Keltner on drums and Paul Bushnell on bass.
And he plays guitar.
Keltner is a well-known studio musician over the years.
Who's playing harmonica? Is that Neil?
That's Neil Young. So it's just a trio, and it sounds like a very
Wasn't Joe Yankee?
Intimate. Yeah, well, there is a Joe Yankee mentioned on here.
I feel like Joe Yankee usually plays the harmonica.
Right. Well, it says Joe Yankee electric harp pump organ.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of different mentions on here. But it's John Hanlon, of course, mixed this, and it's a really intimate, small, but in a good way. All new songs. There's no holdovers here. There's no real covers. This is
You got
Neil
some
Young.
crazy ones, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, the auto-tune makes a return.
Yes, the
I gotta say, I kind of don't mind the auto-tune on this.
It's got a big lyric sheet.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
Well, put
he
your
does
lyrics on
bring
the
back the
wall.
auto-tune, as he said.
He does, yeah.
Gonna keep my hand in because something new is growing.
And it's not just on one little part. It's all over a few songs.
It's so it's kind of like interesting that this is stripped down, right? And then he's also got that weird digital voice effect.
Not to mention, go ahead.
It's all over the song "My Pledge." He does it
Yeah,
like every time in that one. He says something and then the auto tune's behind it.
Waves came over the bowsprit, decks awash with running green and foam. Back there at the wheel, I was terrified.
The other cool thing about this album is his harmonica, which sounds like it sounds like a distorted organ.
Yeah.
I like that, and that harmonica
It's
reminds me a lot of
surprising.
Tom Waits. That's
Yes.
a Tom Waits harmonica sound.
Well,
And
it's surprising. It's
Peace
like
Trail.
it's like in one of the songs, Texas Rangers, he just starts saying "ha," and then it's like.
That's a little Waitsy too.
Texas Rangers.
As I said that kind of reminds me. There was some Waitsy kind of things going
Sure.
on here, who Daddy and I are both fans of.
Yeah, he's like "ha."
It's a I keep saying intimate, but it's also just like it feels like it was quickly done, but it doesn't feel like it was rushed either.
Yeah, it doesn't feel ramshackle.
Oh, don't take the shrink off.
Why
No,
not?
keep the shrink
That's
on.
a Daddy rule. Shrink stays on.
Yeah.
Some people prefer that.
Yeah, but you had it off in those old.
Depends. So, I
This
really
is some
like
record nerdery here.
Show Me was one of my favorites. It had a real sort of slinky sound to it.
When the women of the world are free to stand up for themselves.
And the Terrorist Suicide Hang Gliders was something else.
That was
I'll
interesting.
say that. And the last song, My New Robot. You want to
That
talk about
is
that
crazy.
Okay, that song was bonkers.
one? Yeah. So we should just pull the lyrics out real quick. 'Cause
Absolutely bonkers.
it's Neil Young talking about building a robot or something.
Yeah, let's
and
see.
then
Let's look at the lyrics.
Something
And
about
the song-
Amazon.com.
Yeah.
The song finishes with him powering on the robot and you hearing the robot take effect.
Yeah,
I
and
like
one
that.
more thing about My New Robot, we were surprised how it ends. Like it's like and then it's like powering
Yeah.
off.
That's right.
End the album.
You have to end the album with a powering
No
off.
fade, a very abrupt ending there.
Very strange.
Yeah, it's like there's like music powering off.
Your media is already chosen based on your habits.
Yeah, but can I see it for a second?
Yeah, there's a lyric. I got my new robot from Amazon.com. Right,
Yeah, let's see.
right in the lyrics.
Yeah, let's see. It's got some funny lyrics. It's a lonely cup of coffee because my baby's gone. Somebody has to work. I know that's true. My life has been so lucky that the packages arrived. I got my new robot from Amazon.com. When I
Silas,
saw it
this
was
is the modern day version of Man Needs a Maid. It's Man Needs a Robot.
Maybe that's what it is.
Amazon.com. Since it was underlined, I was like, oh, maybe he auto-tunes it. Amazon.com.
And did he?
No, he
Okay.
didn't actually. And then we thought Powering On was a separate song, but it was actually the robot going powering on.
Oh, I see. And then it went into all that crazy-tude.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
and then it went. He brought Robot Young back from Trans.
That's right, Robot
Yeah.
Young. We love Robot Young.
Feels like a trans outtake almost.
Trans update.
Right. The reception on this was incredibly mixed and to negative. I don't get that. I think
Oh, it was great.
I think Neil did something new again. It's not like
How long is
incredibly new, but just recording with this trio and the
Yeah.
drummer, it sounds like he's almost directly interacting with him. He's using brushes a lot, and he seems to almost be accenting or sort of conversing with Neil Young a lot of the time. Or I'm sorry, the drummer is Jim Keltner.
Yeah.
That's right. He's a well-known musician for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, it was Silas. So there's this thing. I don't know if you ever watched. It's called like the Tiny Desk concerts. We might have showed you a couple of videos, but it's like just the musicians in a room. You know, mostly either mic'd, but it's not unnecessary electric. But like it kind of had that feeling, like a little intimate feeling of being in the space with them.
And I think lyrically, overall, he's taken a step back in the right direction. Some of his lyrics have always been sometimes cringy in recent years.
I know Robot's like a cutoff.
But I think he was feeling more. It seemed to be he was feeling more inspired on these. So strong album, and
There's also-
one that just again. I remember when this came out, I'm like, this is a new album. Like at the time, he was about to put out Hitchhiker, I think.
Why was Terrorist Suicide, Hang Gliders? Why was that weird? I can't remember that one.
I think it's kind of about drones. I think. Although
Is
it
it?
talks about hang gliders, it talks about being like planes striking from above or something.
Let's
it has
talk
to do
about
with
my favorite. Oh yeah.
yeah, it might have to do with those kinds of hidden attacks.
Let's talk about my favorite song, Indian Givers.
Standing against the evil way. That's what we have at the end of.
Yeah,
That one
that's over here.
yeah.
Yeah, that I think referenced. Why am I forgetting the big struggle that was happening out in 4 or 5 years ago now? The pipeline,
The Dakota Access Pipeline.
Dakota Access Pipeline.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wrote it in advance of that, but I know there's a video with sort of images of all the protests happening with that song, Indian Givers.
Show me.
So then it's a play on the
Yeah,
culturally
How about
insensitive.
let's talk about.
I mean he's already got that in his DNA, singing about that. So at some
Hey,
point it's
how
gonna
about this?
align.
Let's talk about John Oakes.
Oh yeah, I like
John
that
Oakes.
one too.
I'll say this about it. That said that you liked those curses last time, right?
I did.
Yeah, you did. And that
Not so
has
sure
this
about that.
exact same thing.
Oh yeah. It talks about this guy John Oakes sort of doing a protest and getting arrested. This is a protest album.
Why
really.
were you laughing though? Because how he
It's
said
just
it?
it's
Maybe
just
how he
kind of
said
it's
it.
just kind of funny that you seem to be
Oh,
keyed
yeah.
in on the
S
swears.
lying down.
Don't take S lying down.
I wish he'd make another one like this. That's what I'll say.
I dug it.
Small trio,
I did.
and he's working with people he hasn't worked with before. I'm surprised he didn't call this like a new band or
Yeah.
something.
I like it.
By the way, did you notice when you look at this up close that it's all pieces of printer paper
Yes.
taped together? I like that.
On the back of the sleeve, you can see this is probably him really typing and making mistakes, and
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there's like he did like lines. Too.
We'll just read this real quick. Randy Lewis of the Times said he matches the fire in his belly to the poetry from his pen for one of the most gripping outings of his long career. Riveting collection of spare acoustic electric hybrids seized with righteous indignation over the plethora of social and political injustices, but also soothes with deep felt empathy for those on the receiving end of inequity. Good description.
Yeah, I like that. Good review.
What do you think about shakies on this one?
Let's give some shakies.
8 shakies.
8 shakies. All right.
Good call. I agree. 8. I mean, in the light of what he's done recently, I think you kind of tend to be a little more generous with what he's done that maybe you were like a little bit less than enthused with. But I still think I'm on the surface with this. Like, lyrically, it was good. I like the songs. Like I love the sort of harmonica and everything.
And then
It's 8.
yeah,
And I'm in line with you. 8 shakies.
What the?
8's all around.
Wow.
yep.
Average of 8.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's these two people. They always match shakies.
We're married.
We're thinking alike. Yeah.
I also want to comment. You both have good hair going on today.
Oh, that's good. I'll take it.
And then there's I like Indian Givers, as I said that.
Yeah. All right.
And then My New Robot is
So
bonkers.
we are winding this thing down. How many more albums do we have, Silas?
It's 3.
Paradox.
No. The Visitor, another Promise of 2 more Promise of the Real.
Unfamiliar with both of those.
Yeah.
The Visitor and Paradox, then Colorado.
In Colorado, which
Finish
was
it
album
up.
last year with Crazy Horse.
Wow.
And then we might do this bonus EP he just released called The Times.
We probably will do that because it is new recordings.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.